Andretti's F1 dream has hit multiple snags along the way, with their plans being questioned at every turn. Not only have they been contested by F1 fans, but by F1 teams and bosses. However, it now looks like an upturn in the American team's favor after the latest announcement, but there is a potential disaster on the horizon. Stick around to find out the latest news about Andretti, and hang around to the end to find out how fed up the drivers are with the FIA over another new rule. Andretti's F1 journey has not gone down like a lead balloon among F1 teams. Toto Wolff has asked what value they will bring, and Horner has questioned who will pay for it. And according to reports, 2 out of 10 teams want them in F1. Both have some business interests with the American team. The Andretti bid does appear to have the support of the FIA. The president of the FIA, Ben Sulayem, has vocally backed the request of the American-based team, saying that teams should be encouraged to enter the sport, not criticized. F1 has not been as welcoming, with a somewhat lukewarm reception to Ben Sulayem's statement. F1's CEO even branded the team as not being smart in handling their F1 entry. Reading between the lines, it's pretty easy to see that Andretti doesn't really have a chance of entering F1. None of the teams want them. F1 is not exactly supportive, and they're meeting dead ends at every turn. There have been murmurs, mainly from Christian Horner, that the Andretti bid should just follow the same path as many teams before them and just buy out an existing team and rebrand. There was a glimmer of hope as rumors of a potential sale of AlphaTauri were circulating over the weekend, with, according to reports, Red Bull saying the team had 2 options. One is for the racing team to move to England, closer to Red Bull, to save costs in the medium term. The other is a complete sale of the racing team. Adding further fuel to the fire was that, according to reports, 3 teams were interested in the potential sale of the same candidates who applied to the FIA for a place on the Formula One grid. Sadly for Andretti, these reports were later rubbished by Christian Horner, who said the team had no intention of changing their setup. The flame is not entirely out, though, with Dr. Helmut saying this about the sale. "In general, we don't comment on rumors," Marco said on Sky Deutschland. "It's understandable that AlphaTauri can't be satisfied with what it achieved last year, 9th place in the Constructors' Championship. But such a decision is entirely up to the shareholders. These are rumors that we do not comment on in detail." As an Andretti fan, this sounds like music to your ears, as the team is looking at any way to enter the F1 world. After the deal with Sauber fell through, this could be the opportune moment, with Helmut Marko adding in his interview that the team was looking to create efficiencies. You think about how you can increase efficiency if you have a team that wins the World Championship and the other one is only around 9th place. The synergies don't seem to work properly. The overall result is not satisfactory. As proper business people, our shareholders will make the right decision, said Helmut. The real reason is why Red Bull would want to keep AlphaTauri. The team costs more to run than the primary team to run and brings in less revenue, with the team effectively having 2 bases. Reports say the expected selling price of AlphaTauri is quoted at $700 million by AMUS. Either pathway into Formula One will be very expensive, and according to Australia's Speed Cafe reports, General Motors may be willing to work with other teams in the near future. This potential opportunity is excellent for Andretti and could finally get them onto the F1 grid. Still, there is a potential disaster for the American team, with the potential of another F1 team lurking in the wings. The team in question is High-Tech Andis, looking to banish its recent negative publicity after being forced to ditch its main sponsor, Ukrikali, following Russia's invasion of Ukraine at the beginning of 2022. They had further trouble when they defended driver Yuri Vips after using a racial slur on a Call of Duty livestream. GPF fans have reported that the team is interested in joining F1, which spells potential danger for Andretti, as High-Tech already has a presence in Formula 2 and Formula 3, offering an entirely different perspective for the FIA and F1 to consider. Now there is room for 12 teams, but with the teams already not happy to have 1 extra team on the grid, having 2 might almost be impossible. One bit of good news for Andretti is the team has officially confirmed that they have filed their expression of interest document with the FIA and are looking forward to hearing back from them. "We are very confident that with our combined strong competencies in racing, we form a truly American team that enhances enthusiasm for F1 racing worldwide," a spokesperson revealed. "We appreciate the FIA's transparency and fair process in expanding the F1 grid. It is not all good news, as Andretti will be waiting for months for an answer about expansion and could be asked to bring $600 million in an increased dilution fee to join the grid. This makes the AlphaTauri option very interesting and possibly the best choice for Andretti. One man that knows a few things about getting a team on the grid is Eddie Jordan. The Irishman has this to say about Andretti's bid. "I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to have more cars on the grid," Jordan told the Metro via OLGB. "Andretti is a wonderful name. I've got nothing against the family itself. Mario and Michael, they've got a fantastic history with motorsport. But they shouldn't get there just because of their name. They have to earn the right to be on there. And Bernie was a great believer in those particular words. You have to earn the right," said Eddie Jordan. Another Andretti hater? Possibly, but I think most people are starting to get the message they need to add value. I don't know how much more they will need to show to add value, but clearly all they have done is not enough. And it wouldn't be an F1 season without a driver annoyed by a new rule or regulation. Drivers are up in arms about their freedom of speech, and it looks like another rule has caused a stir, and that is about tire blankets. It is no secret that Formula One is considering banning tire blankets to increase sustainability and reduce costs, as teams use a tremendous amount of energy to heat a car's tires to improve grip ahead of each race and before they leave the pits. Lewis Hamilton has been very vocal on the matter, with the Englishman stating that it's dangerous. "It is dangerous. I have tested them and there is going to be an incident at some stage. So on safety grounds, it is the wrong decision. You have to drive multiple laps to get the tires to work. The whole argument is that taking away the blankets will be more sustainable and more green, but we are using more fuel to get more temperature in the tires." Lewis further stated it by saying the cars are skittish and it's pointless to implement. Clearly not very happy, and neither was Max, with the Red Bull driver having this to say: "I think we're going to have a lot of crashes that I know already compared to what we have at the moment," said Verstappen at the time. Clearly, this has not gone down well with the drivers, and Pirelli are aware of this, with the tyre provider saying they have to redesign and construct the range of compounds and have asked for multiple chances to test this out on different circuits and conditions. "It's a technical challenge, a big technical challenge," Pirelli chief Zola told Speed Cafe. He went on to say that they are taking all stakeholders into account and all moves are being considered, as creating a new tyre requires a lot of extra work. And it is why it was decided after a test in Silverstone to have a meeting with all the stakeholders to evaluate the state of development and if we can achieve the target for 2024. "We are working step by step," said Azola. The FIA and Pirelli are set to make a final decision on the proposed banning of tyre blankets for 2024 before the governing body's self-imposed deadline expires at the end of July. I would think that Pirelli will need to ensure they have it right, otherwise there may be more enraged drivers, and if they can't, then the tyre blankets will have to stay. What do you think? Are Andretti closer to entering F1? Comment below.